W7 Live, welcome to this afternoon's Brookfield Central Thanksgiving Shootout. Brought to you by Savalia Financial Advisors. Check them out at dreamplanenjoy.com. Gary Whipperman along with Todd Hansen, head coach of the Kettle Moraine Lasers girls basketball team, joining us. Coach, thanks so much for taking the time and hanging out with us today.
Oh, my pleasure. I like watching basketball and appreciate everything you guys do for the girls.
Well, thank you, and got a great matchup today, Slinger and Oak Creek. We are just right on time of getting started. We just had starting lineups, and here we go. Slinger in white, Oak Creek in blue. Both teams coming off tough losses yesterday. We'll try to get back on the winning track this afternoon. I mean, thoughts on at least just first blush on this game with these two teams?
Wow, turnover right away for Oak Creek.
Yeah. Any thoughts on these two teams, Coach, right off the bat?
I mean, I haven't seen Slinger much recently in recent years, but, you know, we played Oak Creek last year in the regional final. Just, you know, they lost a few kids, but they got a lot back. You know, I expect a good game.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be low scoring.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, Coach Lucknick's teams are always very good defensively, and they run a lot of sets. I'm not too familiar with Slinger, but, you know, back in my early days coaching, you know, we went against Slinger a lot, but haven't recently with the
physical, defensive line oriented, like to get up and down the floor, and very physical. And you see, I mean, they got big, strong kids.
Yeah, and they first two turnovers already. It's 4-0 Slinger right off the bat.
4-0 Lady Owls. That was Casey Ott for two. The first two was Callie Zabel. So quickly 4-0 Slinger just underway, and there's a block by Hosking, and we're going to have a foul.
If it was a foul or she stepped out of bounds.
Brookfield Central defeated Slinger yesterday 47-37. Low scoring, you know, again, physical game. Great game by C.J. Romero. Lauren Rush also played well, three-point shot. Brooke Peterson also really nice game for Brookfield Central. BC played really, really well yesterday. I think they kind of have a slight hangover today. That's 22-22 with Cedarburg almost at the break. Amazing how these girls just swing from game to game, isn't it?
Absolutely. I mean, that's kids for you.
It sure is. Casey Ott, no good on the shot. Rebound number 24. That is Paulina Hernandez. We know those Hernandez kids, Coach.
Oh, yeah.
Three-pointer.
That was Sarah Kaiser.
That's our buddy Sarah Kaiser for three.
Definitely their best shooter, and someone that Slinger's going to have to keep an eye on today.
Coach Conley smiling down from Racine or Kenosha already. Going to UW Parkside. Oh, careful, Sarah.
Oak Creek running one of their 700 sets that they have.
They like their sets, don't they?
They do. It's a team that, like when we played in the regional final last year, I mean, they have so many plays that, you know, we concentrated on about 5 or 6 of them because you just can't, you know, have your kids know everything that they do. They just run so many things.
That shot rims out. Here's Sam Geller. That's short. Rebound, Oak Creek. 4-3, 15:46 to go first half. There's a three-point shot. That's off the mark. It'll be Slinger ball. You know, we had a mic on Coach Lucknick yesterday, and somebody tactfully said, you know, he probably doesn't really need a mic, especially with no fans. 15:26 to go first half, 4-3 in favor of Slinger. Kate Hosking for three, no good. Rebound, that's Mallory Hoytank out of bounds. It'll be Oak Creek ball. Mal, a sophomore. The two seniors on the Slinger team, Ramsey McGrew, number 42. She's not in there right now. And then 23, Kate Hosking. Great steal by Zabel. Can't get it to fall. So Callie's dad, Callie Zabel, number 13, is huge in the Slinger wrestling program. So Callie's not afraid to you know, to get physical. That's for sure.
Slinger's putting the press on, a little man-to-man press right here. They caused a turnover last time, but Slinger wasn't able to capitalize.
Still 4-3, 15:05 to go first half.
Kind of a run and jump that they're doing. Slinger's got to hustle back now.
That's Hernandez, and now number 3, that is Goner. just deliberate. Both teams are so deliberate offensively in their half-court offense. They're always looking for a good shot. That's and Coach Lucknick. I mean, you know this. I mean, it's going to be fundamentally sound if nothing else. Into the lane, step through, and shot in and good. Sarah Kaiser.
So it's Sarah 5, Slinger 4.
Yeah, Sarah 5 and Slinger 4. 14:24 to go in the first half. Just a FYI, the scoreboard will always be a close proximity to the score. It may not always be the exact score, as I'm keeping score, doing play-by-play, and trying to keep the scoreboard up to date as well. So you guys, as always, give me grace. Appreciate it. We'll try to keep it as updated as we can. 5-4, 14:02. Todd Hansen from Kettle Moraine girls basketball joining us today. Big game yesterday with Germantown, and that was sounded like it was a really fun game. At least for the fans that got to watch it, they really enjoyed it. I'm not sure how much you enjoyed it.
It was fun for Germantown, that's
yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Yeah, they're really good, and I mean KK is unbelievable, and we had trouble containing her off the dribble, and then when they make threes like they did yesterday, they're going to be almost impossible to beat. They made 16 threes against us. So
good gracious,
it was
16 threes.
Yeah, it was 75-71 with about 4 minutes to go. I mean, but they were in control the whole game, and then we kind of just ran out of gas the last 4 minutes. But I mean, we played hard, and I mean, we scored 75. So there's some positives to take out of it. But we just got to get better defensively.
I heard Grace had 34 yesterday.
She had 34. Braylon Torres had 21.
Boy, I love Braylon Torres. She is so fast. I love watching her on the court. Just a happy kid. I really like her a lot.
Lily Rangard had 16.
Nice game by her. She nailed a couple back-to-back threes.
She had a good second half, real good second half shooting the basketball. But overall, as a team, we got to get better on defense. But, I mean, Germantown's really good.
Yeah, they definitely are. You wonder how they're going to – I mean, I've been wondering all offseason how they were going to adjust with Natalie McNeil and Kate Richmond and Amber Ishii graduating. But, I think there's going to be some development there. But, Natalie Polskill looks really good, 13.
Yeah, they haven't missed a beat, that's for sure.
Sam Geller for 2. First 2 for Samantha. It is 6-5 Slinger. Slinger last year advanced to the sectional semifinals, defeated by Beaver Dam. And a game that really was, from the outset, never close. Beaver Dam likes to kind of hit you with that hurricane the first few minutes, and the key is always trying to survive that. 3-point shot, no good. Nice offensive rebound. Kick out. Running jumper, no good. Gets her own rebound again. Slinger got to get some boards here. Can't give them this many looks at the hoop. That's Jenna Wadensky, number 12. Good look. Really nice pass from Kaiser to Madison Knoll. And it is 7-6 Oak Creek. Back and forth we go. The Knights take the lead. Here's Ramsey McGrew down in the corner. Three-pointer that is not Hannah Brooks. That's who I was going to say. It's actually Mallory Hoiting. She's wearing Hannah Brooks' number 33. Three-pointer for Hoiting. First 3 for Mal. It is 9-7 Slinger by 2.
Slinger with the trap again.
Pushing foul on Keller.
On the sideline there. Two subs for each team coming in here. You got to sub a little bit more than you normally do just because of the mask issue.
Yeah, how does that have an effect on you guys? I mean, you guys like to get the ball on the floor. I mean, how is the mask affecting how you guys play the game?
Well, it hasn't affected us too much game-wise, but at practice we give more water breaks than we have in the past, just that they can take their masks down and get a water. And during the game, like yesterday, I bet you I had 3 or 4 times where girls said they needed to come out just because they were so hot because of the mask.
I can't even imagine.
So, and our kids are good about that. They know that if they need to come out, they should tell me, and I'll get them back in.
Yes.
But if they need a break, you're not helping our team if you can't go 100%.
Absolutely. A lot of kids are afraid to do that because they're worried that, hey, if I get taken out, I'm not going to get back in the game again. The coach is going to forget I'm on the bench.
Yeah, Mia Hurdle did it yesterday one time. Bailey Alvarez did it. Lily Rangard did it. And that's what you want. You want kids to, hey, I need to take a break for a minute to catch my breath.
Casey Ott on the take, 11-7. You know, we talked about some of your kids. We got to see you guys, I think, Tuesday at McWanago, and close game, went overtime. I was really impressed with Bailey Alvarez, just her play at the end of the game and in overtime. I thought she did some, again, things that don't necessarily show up, you know, on the scorecard, but I thought she brought some kind of calmness to the group as you guys were trying to edge that out in overtime.
Yeah, we didn't shoot particularly well against McWanago at all. But I was really impressed with how good McWanago played, especially losing Sierra and Henning.
That Juliana, the 22, that freshman, did 17 points.
Yeah.
That surprised everybody, except her old man, I think. He's a good buddy of ours, Jason.
And we didn't really know about her because, you know.
You don't know coming out of 8th grade.
I mean, out of 8th
you don't
grade.
do much scouting on the 8th grade team, do you?
I do zero scouting in 8th grade. My name isn't Scott Herrick, so.
Yeah, right. Shots fired, Coach Herrick.
Coach Herrick texted me about 6:30 this morning about a couple of things, so. Me and Scott are good friends.
He's a great coach and just a great guy. He's been a huge supporter of ours, a friend of ours. He's given us access to the Pius program, and it's been great.
It's just like I'm really good friends with Coach Lucknick of Oak Creek, and you know it was fun last year. Obviously more fun because we won the game, but in the regional final going against each other, and we both, you know, they knew us inside out, and we knew them inside out. So it's fun, those rivalry games like that when you're coaching against a good friend.
11-7, 10:47 to go first half. Good matchup here, both teams. This is a really good matchup here, these two teams.
And kind of low scoring so far, just like I kind of predicted.
Yep. I think this is the first of 40 wins.
Yeah, it might be.
Baseline drive, and couldn't get it to drop. That's Wadensky, rebound, Slinger. Paige Schmallenberg on the rebound. Here's McGrew down in the corner. Casey Ott is fouled. Ott will go to the line. Casey is becoming just a real nice player. Had a really nice game yesterday against Slinger, playing against Ellie Caraggio, which is not, or against Brookfield Central, which is not the easiest thing in the world. I thought Casey held her own very well. First one is no good.
Mass substitutions again here for both teams. 3 girls coming in for both teams.
I always comment on Casey's footwork. Her footwork is amazing, is very precise, but she grew up as a figure skater. So, you know, that's she's got to have good footwork to do that. So,
absolutely.
Again, that's another benefit of multi-sports. I know you're big into multi-sports as I am. Love to see the kids play multiple sports.
Absolutely. Well, you're playing with different teammates. You're listening to different coaches. You're using different muscles. It just benefits you in the long run to be a multi-sport athlete.
It's 11-8. Oh, I got it backwards. Let me fix that. No, I think I was right. I think it was 12-7. I think I was right the first time. I think the scoreboard's wrong.
Yep, it is.
Yeah, how about that? See, Coach, I'm not perfect. Once I thought I was wrong, it turned out I was right. 9:57 to go first half. 12-7. Slinger up 5. Here's Samantha Geller, top of the key. Defensively, what can Slinger expect to see out of Oak Creek here today, Coach? Good interception there.
They're gonna play man, but they also like to play some 1-3-1. They'll mix it up. But mostly, those are going to be your 2 main things you're going to see. I don't expect to see a press out of Oak Creek. If they do, it'd be like a 1-3-1 half-court trap.
Mm-hmm.
But man and a 1-3-1 would be the 2 things I'd expect from Oak Creek today.
12-7, 9:32 remaining first half. Sam Geller gives it off to Casey Ott. Double team, back up top Geller. Hosking calling for it down in the corner. Baseline drive, picks up her dribble. Knocked away by Kaiser. And that's a double dribble on 22. That is Ellie Zagel. Ellie, a 5'10 sophomore. First year on varsity.
Yeah, kind of an unforced turnover there. As a coach, those are the ones you don't like.
You hate those, don't you?
I mean, you don't like any turnover, but
right.
The unforced ones, I mean.
I'll tell you one thing, Coach. If there's one thing I would stress to all the girls this weekend from what I've seen this weekend, get to work on your dang free throws. I mean, there's just no excuse for it. I mean, I bet as a collective group yesterday, 55% at best.
Yeah, I think we were 15 and 19 or 13 and 19.
Well, that's good.
Which isn't too bad.
I saw a lot of coaches that added some gray hairs due to the missed free throws from some of the games yesterday, and there was one team that I think they shot over 45 free throws.
Oh, wow.
12-7, 8:54 remaining. And those just drive you bonkers because those are just free points just sitting out there. Just got to go pick them up.
No, you don't expect to make every one.
No, of course not.
But like when you miss 2 on a shooting foul, or the front end of the bonus, or you miss 3 out of 4 in a row, it's like, oh, it's real frustrating as a coach.
Well, it's equivalent to a turnover. I mean, it's giving the ball back with nothing to show for it. 12-7, 8:41 remaining. Under the basket, out of bounds. Geller. Spot up 3, no good. Rebound, Oak Creek. I'll tell you what, Oak Creek's been really good about giving Slinger one bite at the apple every time down, and they're on the boards.
And Oak Creek's got to feel fortunate. They've only got 7 points right now, but they're only down 5.
Right. And that's going to be a foul. Hoytink will go to the line. We were talking about Mallory yesterday on our broadcast coach. So Mallory is a sophomore, Hoytink, number 33. Her brother is a Division I football player for Penn, offensive lineman. He was all-state at Slinger High School, and he was home for quite a while due to COVID. And so he really took Mallory under his wing and got her on the weight. Got her lifting weights and working out. And I'm telling you, if you just see that kid a picture a year ago compared to today, they look like 2 different people.
Wow.
I mean, she is completely. I call her beast mode now. I mean, she is just thick. But, I mean, she was skinny and gangly, but Ben built her up.
That's great that she did that.
Yeah, and Ben really took an interest and really, really worked with her, which was really cool to see.
And it's just going to benefit her.
Yes. She's playing for Purple Aces next year up in Cordero Barkley's world. Does a nice job up there. Great friend of ours. Great program. Does things the right way. That's going to be a foul on McGrew.
And kind of a dumb foul.
You hate those fouls.
I mean, you reach in at half court. I mean.
And Coach Dobson just looks at the ground and says, do we need that?
Yeah, exactly.
7th team foul on Slinger. They lead 14-7 with 8:11 to go. Points at a premium, which is not necessarily unsurprising, or not necessarily surprising with these two teams. Going to the line is number 21. That is Madison Knoll. Madison, actually a softball player, too, plays softball with a lot of the South Milwaukee basketball kids. Just what you were saying, Coach. I mean, these kids all know each other through different sports, and it's really just a big extended family. 3-point shot by Hoytink, no good. Geller on the rebound. McGrew, no. Hoytink on the rebound, out of bounds. It'll stay with Slinger. There's Coach Lucknick working the officials. There we go. Now things are starting to get back to normal around here. He's wearing the chin mask today, if you notice.
I think he wants to make sure everyone hears him.
Yeah. Is there really a fear of that?
Well.
Hosking in for Hoytink.
It's kind of an interesting inbounds play they're running.
Not a lot of movement.
Yeah, there's like one girl running around, but.
Geller in the lane.
Travel.
And good call, traveling on Samantha.
Driving in on 3 girls, that's tough.
Yeah. 14-7, 7:47 remaining. On the other W7 network, it is Brookfield Central and Cedarburg. I believe they're either right at the half or coming out of the half. Close game. Cedarburg bouncing back after yesterday's loss against New Berlin West. I'll tell you what, Coach, New Berlin West played extremely well yesterday.
Yeah, they got Megan Schultz, the
Baby Schultz, as we call her.
And then I don't know who she was, but some girl made 7 threes for
Ella Kern, sophomore, 27 points to lead all scorers in that game, and she was just on fire from 3.
She should play for Germantown.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, New Berlin West is back, and, I mean, they are back. Watch out, Woodland. I think that team's going to be strong this year.
Yeah, we played them last year.
Yep, we did that game. We were there. I saw some flashes last year, but they've worked on it. I can see in the offseason. Coach Thompson's a great coach. He does a great job, and Coach Radke, of course, is there. 3-point shot off the mark by Kaiser.
Oak Creek just can't get anything.
No, they've been stuck on 7 for quite a while.
And again, they're fortunate. They're only down 7 points, so they've been playing well defensively. And eventually the shots are going to fall. I mean, usually you're not cold the entire game.
14-7, here's Geller. If you notice, Coach, we have not had a timeout or stoppage of any kind really in this first half. We're at 6 minutes to go. There's Kate Hosking from Geller, and it's 16-7 Slinger.
And Slinger's going to keep the press on. It's kind of a run and jump. or they're playing some straight man too. But yep, here's the run and jump. 42 is going to jump the ball. Everyone's got to rotate
I was
defensively.
going to say, should 21
yeah.
have come up and
Yeah,
rotated up on
have.
that?
They should have.
That's Casey Ott. Because you're trying to anticipate the pass there,
yeah,
right?
Exactly.
Coach, I remember that from my high school. It was in 1988, by the way. That's where that came from.
Yeah. Foul there. Hernandez had good position, and the defender was in a bad spot behind her, and then she reached over, which is kind of a dumb foul, but that happens a lot with when you're in bad position, you try to compensate, and she got drew a foul.
At the free throw line is the birthday girl. That's Paulina Hernandez. Happy birthday, Paulina. Hope you have a great day. Sure you'd like to get a win for you and your teammates today, but happy birthday, kiddo. 16-7, 5:52 to go. Free throw by Paulina, in and good. I believe her sister, Nicole, I think it's Nicole Hernandez is her older sister, and I tried to figure out where it was. I saw her on social media the other day. She's playing at a Division II school, Morningside maybe. I can't remember the name of it, but she was very, very outspoken. It was a really neat thing they did on social media that the school did. So got to see Nicole and Nikki, and glad to see Paulina today. Happy birthday, kid. 16-9, 5:47 remaining first half. You know us, Coach, we're more about birthdays and Fruit Loops than we are about man-to-man defense and presses. So 5:47 remaining, 16-9. Good pressure here by Slinger, right?
Yeah, they're causing them some problems. I mean, it looked like she traveled.
Ooh, I thought that too.
See, that's where 21's got to come up and get that steal again.
5:30 remaining, first half, 16-9.
Oh, that's deep.
No good on the shot. Good hustle by number 2. That is Maddie Bursch. It's going to be out of bounds, so it'll be Slinger ball. W7 Live covering the Brookfield Central Thanksgiving Shootout, day 2. Brought to you today by Savalia Financial Advisors. PlanDreamEnjoy.com. Check them out. Savalia, great sponsor of W7 and high school girls athletics. That one is out of bounds. Savalia. 5:13 remaining in the first half. It's 16-9.
A lot of subs again for both teams. I think it's a combination of both teams are playing, two
back-to-backs.
Games in a row early in the season. The masks. I mean, it's a lot of combination of there.
And these are, especially for Slinger, I mean, these are 2 really tough games to start out the year.
Oh,
you guys obviously had one with Germantown. Your opinion on playing these really, really good teams early, what's that do for you guys? How does that help you?
It helps you in the sense that you find out things that you got to work on. If you beat somebody by 40 and you can do anything you want, it doesn't help you when then the next game you got somebody that's a tough opponent.
Right.
So, we've learned a lot about ourselves, in the first 2 games that we've played, and now we've got the things that we haven't been doing well, we've got to work on in practice to get better at those things. But if you win 2 games by 40, and you can do anything you want,
nice look.
It doesn't do anything for you.
Hernandez on the basket from Emma Schmidt on the pass. That was a nice look by Schmidt, opposite corner. And timeout on the floor. We'll take it with them. It's 16-11. You're watching the Brookfield Central Thanksgiving Shootout on W7. 16-11, 4:18 remaining first half. Slinger has led throughout, but Oak Creek did have a lead at 7-6, but it's been Slinger in the lead. But again, Oak Creek is right within striking distance very easily. Here's Geller. Go ahead, Coach.
Well, Steve's teams always hustle and battle, so I'm not surprised by, them coming back. And, like I said, they hustle and battle as good as any team out there. So, and Coach Luckton is one of the best coaches in the state, total respect for everything he's done with his program. Yeah. And, in my opinion, he's one of the top 3 or 4 coaches in the state of Wisconsin.
I couldn't agree more. Ott on the basket and the foul, and she converts the old-fashioned three-point play. That is 8 points for Casey. 19-11, Slinger by 8. Biggest lead of the day for the Lady Owls. Playing in the North Shore Conference. They'll get back to conference play this week. Running jumper by Jenna Wadensky for 2.
And she's left-handed, so that was she went to her left there and kind of nice little runner floater, and nice basket for Jenna.
19-13. Ott down to McGrew in the corner. Mal Hoytink on the 3, no good. Rebound Wadensky.
Yeah, we haven't seen too many outside shots made in this game, and I don't know if that because it's heavy legs or it's back-to-back games, but the teams have had some open looks, but not a lot. But the ones they haven't really. Neither team has really capitalized on them.
Hernandez right on cue, Coach. Paulina Hernandez, the birthday girl, for 3.
Yeah, they've cut it to 3.
19-16, so quick 5 points here for the Knights to make it 19-16 Slinger. We're going to be at Oak Creek this year, Knights fans. I know you guys are watching. December 28th and 29th for the Oak Creek Holiday Tournament.
It's a good tournament.
You and I did a couple games in that tournament together a couple years ago, Coach, over at Pewaukee.
Yep. And unfortunately, with the COVID stuff, Kimberly's not coming down this year. They would have definitely been the favorite to win that tournament.
Yeah. One of these days, I'm going to get to see the Dunaway kid, who I've been wanting to see for 2 years now.
But they got to go to Waukesha West team to fill in the spot. So, a good tournament.
Yeah. I think she's 6'4", 6'5". A terrific volleyball player, also.
Kimberly's definitely one of the top 2 or 3 teams in the state in Division I. You got Germantown, you got Kimberly. They might be the top 2.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if they're in the same I don't know if the sectionals are going to have to be redone with a lot of.
Who knows?
The Madison
right?
schools, the Milwaukee schools we're seeing in Kenosha's aren't playing right now. And who knows if they will.
And who knows if any of us are going to be here for that. And that's the one thing I've been hearing over and over from the coaches and players both the last 2 days is our season could end at any time.
Yep.
And so we're playing, and I'm sure you've talked to your girls about this, we're playing every game as if it's the last one we're going to play.
And I've told our kids, and nobody likes wearing masks. I mean,
right.
To be honest, nobody likes doing it, but I've told our kids and our parents, if the option is playing with masks or not playing, we're going to play with masks.
Right. If that's the cost, then, you got to pay it.
Again, nobody likes wearing them.
Right.
Nobody gets up and says, great, I get to wear a mask today.
Right.
But if that's what but you're right. I mean, this could end at any time.
Yes.
And we're hoping we're going to get through the whole season. We're hoping there's going to be a postseason. And if there is a postseason, the WIA is going to have to do something because, like in our sectional, 12 of the teams that we have in our sectional aren't playing right now because we're in the Madison sectional.
Right. Oh, that's right.
So, we got moved out of the one we were in. Well, if they go the whole year without playing, something's got to be done. They can't have it. I'd love a sectional.
I was going to say, you probably wouldn't yell too loud about it, would you?
Well, no. There's only 5 teams that'd be left, so I'd take
that's okay, right?
I'd take our chances at that point. But
Schmallenberg on the foul. Going to the line is number 14, Maddie Brom. Brom, a 5'10 junior. First shot is no good. One more for Maddie.
Cut it to 1 here with under 2 minutes to go.
Hoytink back in for Schmallenberg. 1:59 remaining first half.
And we talked about earlier, Oak Creek was having trouble scoring, but they were fortunate to be down only by 7 points, and now they're right back in it, only being down 2.
Really clean first half on both ends. 19-17. Again, you'd expect that Coach Dobson also. That very big on fundamentals with the girls and spends a lot of time in hammering those things in. 1:45 remaining, 19-17. Lady Owls by 2. Hosking. Now Callie Zabel. Spin back to the basket. Ellie Zagel. Hosking back to Ott in the lane. Turn around. No good.
Now Slinger's in a spot where they've been stuck on the same number for a while.
Got a lid on the basket on this end now. They switched it from the other end. 19-17. 1:26 to go. Hernandez back in for 14. That is Maddie Brom will step out. 19-17, 1:20 to go. Martin Luther and Waukesha West is next. And Coach, are you with me for that game?
I am.
Be curious to see that Martin Luther team. They played really well yesterday against a pretty strong Greenfield team.
Tie game, and Oak Creek can take the lead.
Yep. 19-19.
Coach Lucknick wasn't too happy with the first about 12, 13 minutes of the half, and you look up and now they're going to possibly be ahead.
That was Riley Grudzelanek on the basket and going to the line now for the three-point play. Riley's mom is one of our crazy moms, as we call them. Michelle Rangard would be the equivalent for you guys. We call them the crazy sports moms, and I mean that in the most affectionate way possible. Very passionate about sports, not just for her kid, but really for the whole team. She's a big Oak Creek supporter and just loves Oak Creek athletics, girls athletics. Hosking.
Slinger just cannot make a basket the last 5 minutes.
50 seconds and counting. Ball loose, picked up McGrew. Under a minute to go. Kick out, Zabel.
Oh,
the bank is open for Kelly Zabel.
As a coach, you hate nothing more than, you see a shot like that in the bank in, you just kind of go, oh boy. And Coach Lucknick kind of threw his hands up like, oh, what do you do there? And it seems like the bank is always against you.
I was going to say, it's always the other team that gets them, right?
I swear, every game we have a bank three by the other team, and it seems like we never, I'm sure we do get them, but as a coach, you never remember those.
Right.
You always remember the ones that, the other team banks them in. Well, if I'm Slinger here, obviously I go for one shot. There's only 15 seconds left.
The best is always to look like, yeah, that's kind of what I meant to do. I meant to do that. 10 seconds, one shot here for the Lady Owls. Out of bounds, and it'll be Oak Creek ball, so 3 seconds. This happened in reverse yesterday. Brook Central went too early, and Slinger made a basket at the buzzer, and Coach Liebel had steam coming out of her ears going into the locker room at halftime because it cut the lead from 9 to 6. We'll see if Oak Creek can return the favor. Inbound, Hernandez. Got to shoot that.
No, didn't get it off. It's nice you can run a play where you can throw it to a 6'3" girl.
Yeah.
And usually no one's going to knock that away.
Right. Halftime at Brook Central. Your halftime score is Slinger 22, Oak Creek 19. We'll take a break and come back with the second half. You are watching the Brookfield Central Thanksgiving Shootout on W7 Live.
Practice without
Yes.
the camera on?
It's not on.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay.
All this we're going to put in slow motion.
Oh no. Is this going on Twitter?
It's going everywhere. There you go. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's not serious. No. No, because people think it's funny when I say that you're ridiculous. So you're just playing into it. Like,
Oh no.
yep.
Oh no. Sorry, I messed up. Come on. It's only one finger, right? Yeah. Okay, what do you want me to do with my hands? What do I do? Give me a facial expression. Just straight face. Okay.
I got you. I got your back.
Okay, thank you.
All you're gonna say on camera is, "My roots in Slinger run deep." You could do that, can't you?
My roots in Slinger run deep.
Easy money.
Is it going?
No.
There we go. See, I'm tired too, Coach. We caught you mid yawn, and I had it on mute, so the usual W7, knock it out of the park. Halftime at Brookfield Central. Your halftime score is Slinger 22, Oak Creek 19. First half scoring, first of all, for the Lady Knights. Paulina Hernandez, the birthday girl, leading all scores with 7. Sarah Kaiser with 5. Jenna Wadensky with 3. Riley Grudzelanek with 2. And Madison Knoll with 2. 19 for Oak Creek. For Slinger, Casey Ott leads all scorers with 8. Catley Zabel with 5. Mallory Hoytink with 5. Kate Hosking with 2. And Sam Geller with 2. That's your first half scoring. W7 covering the Brookfield Central Thanksgiving Shootout this year, presented by Savalia Financial Advisors. Savalia, great sponsor of ours, and jumped right on it when they had an opportunity to help us out with that this weekend, and a great supporter of girls athletics. So we're thrilled to have them on board working with us, and we're ready for the second half. Coach, thoughts on the first half of this one and what we can expect to see in the next 18 minutes?
Well, I expected it to be low scoring, and it is. Both teams are playing really good defensively. I expect Oak Creek to maybe switch things up a little bit and maybe play their 1-3-1 a little bit, just to give Slinger a different look. And I'm sure Coach Luckner is gonna run a lot of their sets, as they always do. For Slinger, I think they're gonna stay in their man and do the run and jump and try to cause some turnovers and maybe try to speed the game up a little bit. And it's going to be a good second half.
Well, here we go. Oak Creek with the ball. Oak Creek in blue and Slinger in white. We'll get the scoreboard up for y'all here in a second. We've entered half number 2. As the announcer said the last game, 2 of 2 halves. Shot in and good.
Hernandez.
Now she's celebrating that birthday in style today. 9 points now for Paulina Hernandez. Drive off the backboard, no good. Zabel to Hoytink.
Slinger's done a good job today of attacking the offensive glass.
Skip pass to Casey Ott. Hoytink for 3, short. Good box out, 3-on-1 here for Oak Creek. Well, drew the foul. I almost think that would have been a nice little pass there to Grudzelanek. It was open opposite side, but got the foul. Will go to the line. Jenna Wadensky.
Chance to take the lead for Oak Creek.
2 for Jenna. First one is good.
Rattled around, fell in. Like, I wouldn't be surprised here if they make this free throw if you saw the 1-3-1 half-court trap from Oak Creek. Let's take a look and see if she makes it, if they do that.
Got it. 2 for 2. Nope, they'll go back.
Nope, they're going back. Thought they might, which they call their purple defense.
5 points for Wadensky, and Oak Creek with their first lead since 7-6 in the first half. 23-22, Lady Knights. Geller, and that's going to be a charge on Sam. I'm not sure if that was a true knockdown, but it was a nice flop by Wadensky. If nothing else, it played well.
The angle I had, I couldn't tell at all.
Not that Jenna would ever flop, I'm sure. 23-22. 1 point lead for Oak Creek, and with the ball. And a offensive foul.
Yeah, Wadensky then set an illegal screen on the other side. So she drew a charge and then was guilty of one herself on a moving screen.
Coach Lucknick broke out the foot stomp. We usually reserve that for Coach Liebel. Looks like he's taking a page out of her book. I'll tell you what, Coach Golomsky from Muskego may have set a whole new standard last night. She was all over that. Her team, a good game with West Alice Hale. They're able to win that. McGrew, no good on the shot. Rebound, Oak Creek.
Well, you know who's good with the foot stomp, and I know you don't do guys games, but Coach Wander here at Brook Central.
Is he?
He's been known for a foot stomp or two.
He was giving me a hard time this morning when I came in. He's like, Gary, we only hit your equipment like 6 times in practice this morning, so it should be fine.
Another one of the best coaches in the state.
Oh,
Coach
he
Wander.
is. He's elite for sure.
He's definitely elite.
Slinger having a heck of a time with Paulina Hernandez today. That's 11 points for Paulina.
So it was 19-11 in the first half. Slinger was up. So they've been outscored 14-3 since.
And Coach Thompson was talking about that at halftime. Said, "Hey, we've been, we're getting stuck here and not executing, and it's hurting us."
Yeah, and that was not a good shot there at all.
No, nice look.
He's gonna need a oh, if she'd have scored there.
Got to have that.
I would have went timeout if they would have scored there. Slinger needs a basket in the worst way. They haven't scored this half.
I thought Riley had it. That was a really nice play. That was a nice transition.
Just like our girls do a lot of time. Their girl underneath the basket kind of faded away and, left it short because she, didn't go up to the basket. She faded away from the basket.
That shot is off the mark. Rebound, Slinger. And that's going to be a foul, I believe, on Hoytink, I think. Actually, it looks like Callie Zabel called for the foul. That is 3 on Callie. Feilbach will come in. Ava missed the first couple weeks of the season due to quarantine and back now, so kind of working her way back into the game. And timeout Slinger, 25-22 is your score. Hey, quick break. We'll be back. You're watching W7. Welcome back. 25-22, 14:57 to go second half. Todd Hansen joining us as our special guest today, head coach of Kettle Moraine girls basketball. Tough game with Germantown yesterday. We covered the Lasers' first game, the season opener. They went overtime with a pretty solid McGuanago team, and Coach Classic Gate will be as good as ever this year.
It's going to be highly, highly competitive. No easy ones in that conference. We got Catholic Memorial on Tuesday. They're 2-0 already, so it's not going to be an easy game on Tuesday for us. It'll be nice to play a home game. First 2 were on the road.
Watch out for those Lohman girls. They're that's quite an addition to that team. The kids from East Troy that came over to CMH this year.
And Nims is a very nice player.
Alyssa is just fantastic.
Yeah.
So happy for her. She's also going to Northern Michigan.
Oak Creek's now on a 16-3 run.
Well, Hernandez got that on an easy second chance, and Coach Dobson, I could tell, is just frustrated. And there's a nice move and in for Hoytink.
Slinger needed that. They hadn't scored the whole half. That was 4 minutes without scoring, and even the last few minutes of this first half, they had 3 points. So
27-24, Oak Creek, 13:50 to go second half. And a foul on Slinger. That's on Ramsey McGrew. 4th team foul already for Slinger. 13:42 to go second half. Just 1 for Oak Creek. They got to do something with Hernandez underneath. She's been just having her way in the second half. Oh, that might be a travel. Yeah. Wadensky called for traveling. It'll be Slinger ball. 3-point lead.
The defender got beat, but there was good help defense, and Jenna kind of was stuck there.
Nick Hansen, thanks for checking in, buddy. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast this afternoon. Slinger and Oak Creek. Oak Creek trailed 22-19 at the break. They now lead 27-24 with 13:36 to go second half.
Nice competitive game so far.
Yeah.
Close. You always want to see close games. You don't want to see a blowout.
There were some really good games yesterday, and I think that Arrowhead Ike game was a very good game this morning.
It
so
was a very good game.
See
Well
if that streak
played.
goes on.
Very well played game.
Hoytink now Geller. Feilbach picks up her dribble back to Sam Geller. Into Ott, nice turnaround. Got it. Casey Ott, really nice move by Casey. 27-26. That's 10 points for Ott. And the lead back down to 1. Shot off the mark and rebound Geller.
Slinger now can retake the lead. They were just down 5.
Geller with just 2 points. I'm expecting Sam. She didn't have a huge day yesterday either. Sam's got a lot more in her. I'm expecting to see some offense out of Samantha here in the second half. It's one of those things. I think she just needs to get on track here. We'll see if she can do that here in the remaining 12 minutes and 38 seconds. Slinger trailing by 1, 27-26. Inbound pass to Hoytink, now Geller. And now Hoytink in the lane, and we're going to have a foul on Paulina Hernandez, hand check foul.
Hand check.
12:21 remaining, 27-26, Slinger trailing by 1. Lost 47-37 yesterday to Brookfield Central. And a very well-played game by both teams. BC played exceptionally well. CJ Romero just had a fantastic afternoon. That shot off the mark and rebound Knights. That was a Goner on the rebound. Sarah Kaiser for 3.
You can't leave her wide open. There wasn't a defender within 10, 15 feet of her.
I think we had an inbound violation on Slinger.
I don't think she got all the way out of bounds. And those are mistakes of the coach that you just want to pull your hair out. Especially after a big 3 by Oak Creek.
And now to turn the ball back over to them on something like that's those unforced errors that you talk about. I mean, that just drives you nuts.
Yes, it does. Especially when you just worked yourself back into the game. You're only down 1, and then you gave up a wide open 3, and then you have a turnover like that. Now they can push it back up to 5 or 6.
30-26, 11:45 to go second half. If you're just joining us, welcome. This is Slinger and Oak Creek. Oak Creek in blue, Slinger in white. It's 30-26, Knights leading by 4 in the second half. Paulina Hernandez has had a great game so far. It's her birthday, in fact, today. 11 points for Hernandez. Make that 13 points for Hernandez. Sarah Kaiser just had a 3, 8 points for Kaiser. They pace Oak Creek to 30-26 lead. They were trailed 22-19 at halftime and have really opened the second half nicely. 11-4 run to start the second half. Slinger being led by Casey Ott with 10 points. Everyone else in single digits. That's a tough pass. 30-26, 11:09 remaining in the second half. Inbound and knocked away, taken away by Oak Creek.
Another turnover by the
Just
Owls.
cannot have that. That was a nice play by Valentina Shehu on the takeaway. Nice pass, good look.
Good set there.
That's a nice flash by Braum in the lane. Didn't get it though. Now Ott. Calling for a travel, didn't get it. Hosking, no good on the shot, and it's going to be out of bounds and Oak Creek ball.
Slinger's going to call another timeout.
Timeout, Lady Owls. It's 30-26. Oak Creek, you're watching W7. To 26, Oak Creek by 4, 10:40 remaining second half. But a nice opening few minutes here for the Knights in the second half. Slinger, several turnovers, unforced errors that just drive coaches nuts. And there's a drive and shot, but a foul. Wadensky will go back to the line. That's 4 on Sam Geller now. She'll have to come out. Casey Ott will check back in.
Must have blood on her jersey.
And Hoytink will have to get looked at. Ott comes in for Geller. Sam Geller with 4 fouls with 10:28 to go. That's a big hit for Slinger.
Yeah, it is. A lot of time left and they have 4 fouls. You got to sit her on their bench for a while. And
yeah.
It's one of those things as a coach, you got to take her out. But if the game starts getting away from you, you got to put her back in because, you know, the game is dwindling and the lead keeps getting bigger for Oak Creek. You got to put her back in. And at that point, if she fouls out, she fouls out.
How do you handle that, Coach, in the first half, for example? Do you have like a set rule? Okay, if it's 3 fouls or if it's 2 fouls,
Usually,
I mean, you're out.
Usually, my rule is if you get 2 fouls, you won't play the rest of the half. Usually. Now, if a game dictates where, okay, you know, we're down whatever it is, and we say, okay, we put them back in, but nice backup by Wadensky.
But Jenna Wadensky for 2.
But usually if a player has 2 fouls, they sit the rest of the half. And there are exceptions, of course.
Right. Look ahead, nobody there. Grudzelanek will take it, or Shehu, beg your pardon, Valentina Shehu for 2.
Just like that, the lead is up to 8.
8-point lead for the Knights, 34-26.
Slinger's only scored 4 points this half.
Yeah, it's been 15-4 Oak Creek in the second half. Slinger just having a heck of a time rebounding since the break. Ott is fouled by Grudzelanek.
Run is, if you go back to the first half, the run is 23-7 for Oak Creek when it was 19-11 Slinger.
Now, I heard, and I don't know this for sure, I heard this yesterday, I think Coach G told me, that Riley's dad was a Major League Baseball player, I believe, for Boston, Grudzelanek.
Oh, Mark Grudzelanek?
Yeah, Mark Grudzelanek.
Yeah, I don't know who he played for, but then
I thought he played for Boston for a while, maybe St. Louis. I can't remember. But I don't know if that's an urban legend or not. Your buddy made a comment here on social media, Coach. Shots fired from Bob Shea.
What did it say?
He asked me if I'm accidentally tired from carrying you on this broadcast.
Oh, jeez.
Coach Shea, the head coach of Cottamowoc girls basketball.
I love you, Bob.
Bobby's a good guy. I live in Cottamowoc, so I've known Bob for a long time, and actually my neighbor plays on Bob's team, Natalie.
See, I'm here to help Gary and, for the girls while Bob's on his couch.
Those are Cottamowoc guys. What are you going to do? Hosking, no good on the shot. Rebound, and taken away by Oak Creek. That was a nice job by Gruzelanek taking that ball away. Kaiser baseline drive and still got it. Now Hernandez. Been really impressed, Coach, today with Paulina Hernandez, 24. I think there's a lot of upside on that kid. Pass into Gruzelanek, back to the basket, turns, shot, no good. Rebound, Callie Zabel. Slinger desperately needs a basket here in this possession. Got to get back on track here scoring. So to your point, Coach, I mean, Sam Geller back in now with 4 fouls, and Coach Dobson believes we've reached that point where
I mean, you're down.
Got to do something here.
You're down 7.
Zabel, no good. Great rebound by Geller. No good on the shot. Casey Ott got it.
You know, you're down 7 or 9, and it's a point where if you sit her too long, the game's going to get away from you. So they put her back in, and she got an offensive rebound, which led to a basket.
12 points for Ott. 34-29, 8 minutes to go. 3-point shot, no good, just out. Rebound, Hosking. That was Madison Knoll on the shot. Here's Geller. No good. Gruzelanek on the rebound. Riley's done a nice job of kind of cleaning up the garbage here in this second half. Getting a lot of just rebounds and playing really strong defense. 7:40 remaining on a 5-point lead for the Knights. Wadensky and the foul.
And Oak Creek ran a set there, and they get a basket, and now a potential for a 3-point play.
And just like that, back up 7 with a chance to make it 8. Jenna Wadensky, according to my numbers, which as you all know, if you follow W7, all of our stats are completely 100% unofficial. 9 points for Wadensky.
Well, I think Bob Shea's probably keeping score back in Oconomowoc on his couch, so maybe he could chime in to make sure those numbers are correct.
Free throw is in and good for Jenna. It's 37-29. Coach Liebel in the house. It looks like she's carrying. I thought she was carrying a sandwich. It's got to be for me, I would say. It doesn't look like she's coming this way, but 8-point lead for Oak Creek. Certainly not out of reach yet, Coach. I mean, Slinger just needs to get on track here offensively.
You just got to, make a couple of you're in the situation now where, now you don't want the turnover, but when they have the ball, you're in a situation where you go score, stop, score, and all of a sudden that 8-point game is down to a 4-point game.
Yes. By the way, hey, thanks to all of our followers yesterday and supporters. Believe it or not, you guys, we had over 9,000 views of our girls basketball games yesterday, which is just phenomenal. It proves the point that the interest in girls sports is definitely on the uptick.
Oak Creek's now in the bonus, 7th foul on Slinger.
Valentina Shehu will go to the line.
She's played a lot of minutes today for Oak Creek. Done a lot of things that, got a lot of offensive rebounds, done some nice things for him off the bench.
First one in and good. 38-29. Yeah, 3 points from Shehu, but again, to your point, I mean, she's done a lot of things that don't necessarily show up, on the ledger, so to speak. Second one, no good. 1 for 2. There's Dan Wandry in the house.
Yep, the legend himself.
He is the legend.
I mean, he's got a state title. He probably would have won another one last year if COVID wouldn't have hit.
Agree.
Took 2 Brooks Central girls teams to state, I believe.
Yep.
He's done it with boys and girls.
Three-pointer Mal Hoytink and a timeout Slinger.
Big basket there for Slinger. They needed that bad.
Coach, what when you see a timeout right after a shot, after a made shot? I mean, what's the point of that? What are you trying to do there?
Well, unless he's going to be maybe changing defenses, or he felt his kids needed a breather. A lot of times I don't like to call a timeout in that situation. Maybe later in the game when you got to set up a press. But he's obviously called it for a reason, and maybe they're going to switch defenses, or he wanted to get, there's something that he saw that he wants his kids to work on the rest of the game. And I think I don't know if they have any time. He's taken at least 4 timeouts, so at most Slinger's only got one left.
Coach Wandry going around, and
he's a proud grandpa, that's
he
for sure.
is for sure.
His grandson with him right now. Oh, I see they did the run and jump again. Oh, they gave up a layup on it and a foul. I'm sure that's not what Coach Dobson was hoping for after the timeout.
Right.
Especially after they just made a big three to cut it down to 6.
Well, just like that, again, it's back to 8, 40-38. And converts the three-point play. Maddie Brom, 5 points for Brom. Those three could have come at a better time for Oak Creek. It's a 41-32 lead. 6:16 remaining.
And that's what you don't want to do when you got a 9-point lead. The last thing you want to do is foul a shooter. You got a 9-point lead. If they make the shot, you tip your hat. But the thing you don't want to do is stop the clock and let them get 2 points possibly with no time taken off the clock.
Well, you're looking at Coach Wandry and his grandson there on the screen. That's what that is. Head boys basketball coach, former girls basketball coach for Brookfield Central. Done a ton for the Brookfield Central family, and great dude. And he's a good guy.
And is a great guy. He's been a longtime friend of mine. I coached both of his daughters. And great coach, but more importantly, a great person.
Agree. 1 for 2 for Hoytink on the free throws.
And I think they're preseason #1 in Division I believe, for boys.
Well, with the Now kid and of course David Joplin, I mean
Yep.
they're going to be a force. I saw David this morning in their practice. I got to chat with him a little bit. He's actually going to graduate early in December and get started at Texas, University of Texas this winter. 3-point shot is no good. Rebound, Slinger, chance to cut it to 6. Nice move by Hoytink.
Oh, nice
Mal
spin move.
Hoytink with the spin move and hoop. 41-35. That was a very athletic play by Mallory.
And still a ton of time left. 5.5 minutes. You're only down 2 possessions. A lot of time left.
6-point lead, 5:29 remaining. Let's see if this sparks the Lady Owls a little bit defensively and get a stop and get the ball back and quick score, and you're down maybe 1 possession here. Hernandez is out right now for Oak Creek. Backdoor pass, Grutzalonic, concussion ball, rebound, Sam Geller. Here come the Lady Owls. Hosking, now Zabel, back to Hosking. Hosking takes it into the lane, up and no good. Ooh, Geller almost got her 5th foul right there. That was close.
And it could have been a foul, definitely.
Candy Dobson, thanks for checking in. Hope you're enjoying it. I know you guys had some issues yesterday with being able to see this thing online. Hopefully no problems today. You know how it goes.
Timeout Oak Creek.
We're always more surprised when this stuff works than when it doesn't. Timeout Oak Creek, 5:05 remaining. Quick break and we'll be back. Here's Coach Liebel.
A Coke and a smile, turns on the sun, makes me feel good, so refreshing, makes me feel nice. Have a Coke and a smile, that's the way it should be. And I like to see the whole world smiling with me. Coca-Cola has life, have a Coke and a smile.
My roots in Slinger run deep. My desire for our team to succeed even deeper.
Best compliment I think I can give Sydney is she's a winner.
Here comes Reinhardt, dribble drive to the hoop at 2. Welcome back, 41-35, 6-point lead for Oak Creek. Little full court defense here by Slinger.
Yep, they're going to probably run and jump again, I would think. And there it is. Now kind of just swiped at her. Wasn't a real good trap at all.
4:50 to go, 41-35, Oak Creek. They trailed by 3 at the half, but have pretty much led for most of the second half.
Correct. Slinger went on a long drought of not scoring.
Grudzelanek on the shot, no good, gets her own rebound.
You know, this time of the game, those are just backbreakers. You play good defense, you force a tough shot, and then you let them get the offensive rebound.
Now Hernandez, Paulina back in. If I've called her Nikki or Nicole more than once, I apologize.
And then look what happens. You give
Sarah
up the
Kaiser for 3.
give up the offensive rebound, and they hit a three-point shot.
Boy, Sarah's played huge today. That's 11 points for Kaiser, 3 threes. Knocked away by Goner, and Oak Creek retakes possession, and they lead by 9. So, no hurry here, Coach. I mean, obviously you don't want to get in a situation where you get out of rhythm, but if you're Oak Creek, I mean, you're okay taking 30, 40 seconds to score.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you don't want to take the air out of the ball completely, but, you take 20 to 30 seconds off each possessions at this point. And, one more foul, you're in the double bonus. So it's going to be tough for Slinger here than the last 3:48.
44-35 with 3:48 remaining. Paulina Hernandez, the birthday girl, at the line. 13 points for Paulina. First one, good.
It was disappointing. I didn't see Troy Berglund's lines on all these games.
You know what? I thought that same thing
that
this morning.
That was really disappointing.
I mean, nothing.
No.
Leaves us hanging like that. I mean, that's not really cool to do that, I don't think.
The sports aficionado that he is, I would think there would have been some lines,
Well, and, there should be some responsibility here.
Exactly.
Like, if you're going to do it, let's do it. Don't do this halfway thing.
Exactly.
Either do it or don't.
And I know some guys that would have, maybe put a little action on those games.
Maybe two guys that at least one pretty darn well. So it's again either you're all in or you're all out.
That's right.
This whole I'm in for a couple days and I'm out. Forget that. Come on, Troy, step it up.
Exactly. That's really disappointing because I was looking for lines and didn't see anything. And
come on, dude. Where's the heart? Where's the dedication?
And I know he's not listening right now, but
I'm sure not.
But.
His ears are burning somewhere. 46-35.
When we play Pewaukee this year, there'll be a line because his daughter plays obviously on the Pewaukee.
Oh well, yeah. He's your typical crazy sports dad parent. Hey, everything's about my kid's game, and everybody else just forget about. I don't care. It's just about what Jordan's doing and nothing else.
Slinger running their delay, or Oak Creek running their delay game right now.
Tell you what, Coach Troy did a Brookfield Central football game with us. He did a nice job. Now, we did supply him with golden chicken throughout the evening, so that helped.
Man, nice job in Troy. That doesn't get said too often.
those words were uttered by no one ever together. 46-35.
Troy's a good guy.
He is a great guy.
I don't know what his wife sees in him, but
hey. Well, she's a saint, obviously.
Oh,
and
obviously.
Thank God Jordan got her looks from her. I don't know exactly what Troy brought to the equation on that, but
a lot of people have asked that same question. And I think Oak Creek here has taken about a minute and a half on the clock.
Yeah, again, no rush here.
And now they're in the double
play.
They're in the double bonus as well. So unless they miss some free throws and Slinger hits some shots, this game is, as Ted Davis would say, in the bank collecting interest. It's about to that point.
11-point lead, and a lot of questions, I think, for Slinger coming out of this. Offensively, they have just not been able to do the things that you expect to see a Slinger team do. They had a really nice win against Whitefish Bay earlier this week, but struggled offensively last night with Brook Central and then tonight with Oak Creek.
Yeah, they've definitely struggled again. And like I said earlier, Oak Creek was really struggling offensively, but as I said earlier, the Oak Creek teams always hustle and battle, and I'm not surprised that they came back, and I'm not surprised at all that they're going to win this game.
Well, and I know you're not super familiar with Slinger, but, they did lose Anna Breyer to graduation. Breyer was really the heart and soul of this team offensively the last couple of years. So losing her, she is now playing at McKendree University in Illinois. Losing her Division II, that's a big hit to this team, and I think they're still trying to get the identity of what they are and who they are.
Yeah, when you lose a player like that, other players have to step up to new roles.
Yeah.
I mean, it happens with every team. Now, like for us, you know, we had 4 or 8 of our top 9 were back.
Mal Hoytink for 3.
But we lost a key piece of Maddie Siedenberg, who was one of our best defenders, and we're struggling to find who's going to take that role of, a lead defender and a defender on top of our press and things like that. But usually teams, when they lose a leading scorer, other kids got to step up to that role.
Yeah, Siedenberg all-conference first team last year in basketball, and also a heck of a good volleyball player too. I saw Becca on the floor there. She looks just like her. I mean, just a spitting image.
And Maddie had a great season for us last year.
Yes.
People said, "Oh, you got so many kids back." I said, "Yeah, but you don't understand how much Maddie meant to our team."
I think that gets so overlooked at times. Yeah, and it's not just about points and stats, but so many things go into that.
I mean, she was the heart of our press, and she always guarded the best wing player on the other team. And, not that we don't have kids that can do that, but she was really good at those things.
Yep.
And when you lose a kid like that, it's tough. And everyone loses somebody.
They do.
Don't get me wrong.
Part of the game, part of the process. But it takes a while. I mean, and I think that's why you play these games early and against good competition to find out, okay, really, where are we?
Exactly.
What do we need to do?
Yeah, well, we learned a lot, against playing Germantown. If we'd have played a team that we won by 40, what did we learn?
Right. Where do you get better? And Rick Woody always said that to me. He's like, the one thing about no matter when we play Beaver Dam, at the very minimum, we're going to get better after that game.
Yep, exactly.
Because we're going to find out some things about us.
Yep. And that's why, we played them. We got, we're playing Pewaukee this year.
So we're going to play that up, right?
We have Pius and Notre Dame, Green Bay Notre Dame, in our Christmas tournament this year. So, we're trying to play, as many top teams as you can as well. And it's one of those things too. You got to be careful. I mean, our conference is so good. You don't want to schedule every top team, but you want to, you want to keep doing that because at the end of the season, when you're in tough games, regionals and hopefully sectionals. Your kids have been through been through the grind, and they know what to expect, and they know how to react in those games.
Yeah. And, the Classic 8 is, different than the last few years. I mean, there's not the McGuanago and, and Arrowhead and everybody else. I mean, I think the playing field is really level. I mean, McGuanago is good, but, I mean, I think, you guys are in there. Waukesha West is in the conversation.
Arrowhead,
McGuanago, Arrowhead, Economowoc. Economowoc had a nice little game against Waukesha West this week, winning 49-40, and that's, that we're in the post-Olivia Subcheck era now.
Yep, and Bob's got some real nice talent.
He does.
Young talent on that team.
2 of them live about 50 yards from me.
It's one of those things, too, where, people think that they're going to be down because they lost Olivia. Well, they're not going to be down.
Right. 49-39 with 44 seconds remaining. Great job. Excellent work by Oak Creek.
And this one is definitely over now.
Goner on the assist and Kaiser on the basket. It's 51-39 with 28 seconds remaining. Slinger will drop to 1-2. And we'll actually be back. We'll be in Hartford Tuesday night for Slinger Hartford, which throw the records out for that one. We'll get to see Coach Vinny Daniels with his first appearance on W7 as the head coach at Hartford, and Macy Meyer and all of them against the Slinger team. That'll be a fun one. And that'll do it. Your final score, the Oak Creek Knights 51 and the Slinger Lady Owls 39. You have been watching the one, the only W7. Todd Hansen, thanks so much. Appreciate it, Coach.
Thank you for letting me be here.
We're gonna cut the stream now. We'll be back with our next game, which is Martin Luther and Waukesha West. That'll be coming up. Start time is 3 o'clock, so we'll get that started about 10 minutes till. Until then, we'll see you soon. Everything we do, it is for the girls.